Good evening, good evening, good evening, good morning, and
good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome to the one and only, the best podcast. It is called No Sweat.
Yeah,
Woo!
it's got a symphony to it.
Yeah, I love it.
How's it, Tim? How you doing?
I'm well, Smitty. Doing good. It's cold, but we're surviving, huh?
It's freezing outside.
Well, good evening to everybody. If you're joining us live this evening, I hope you guys are doing good. We're going to have a good time chatting. This is No Sweat, where we're going to be touching on all things athletics, track and field, Olympics coming up. So that's going to be exciting. Smitty, you excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm super excited. And welcome to everybody. Tonight's going to be actually a fun one. We're going to talk a little bit about the team selection. The final team's out. They're ready to go. Let's see where the surprises are. The guys that made it, congrats to them. And let's push it from there.
Absolutely. Team South Africa all the way. Team South Africa all the way.
All the way. Let's bag those medals.
Absolutely. All right. So this is No Sweat. As I said, it's a podcast. It's just a short 1 hour talk, guys. We'll be talking about important topics. 6 o'clock every time we're on. It's track and field, basically road running, cross country as well. We'll touch on that every now and again. But it's just real interactive chat. So interact with us, guys. We don't want you guys to feel outside. Type on Facebook. We'll read your messages as well, or as well as on YouTube. Yeah.
Type, ask the questions. I can see a couple of people are tuning in. We've got David van Aert. How you doing? John April. Henry McCarney. All these guys. Sino Geva. Welcome.
Yeah, good to have you guys. I'll also do some welcomes on Facebook soon. But let's get started first. I know people want to hear what we're going to be chatting about. I've got the program. We've got some amazing guests coming up as well in the next few days and next week as well. Wesley Botton.
Wesley Botton is actually joining the podcast team. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And he'll be with us covering the games.
Yeah.
So he's got a massive, knowledge and pretty cool insight if you've seen the articles that he's written on track and field and past performances, comparing it to a very unique perspective, and for once it will be very interesting to hear him chatter instead of writing, really, just to pick his brain on some ideas, and he's willing to share that. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Absolutely. All right. So the program for today is very simple. I want to just go through it. We've done a welcome.
Anushka, nice. Hello.
Oh, hello, Anushka.
A lot of hearts there, so it.
So the topic for today is who is going for gold?
Yeah, who's going for gold? I think there's a couple of guys, but as we break it down, let's rock and roll.
We'll rock and roll. The next topic we're going to be, the next agenda on our program is the SA Olympic squad. We're going to run through that. We're going to go through name for name. You guys can comment who you like, who's your favorite, what are you expecting. Woo! Exciting times coming up.
Yeah, some good stuff.
I'm super excited for this one. And then we'll touch on that article that Wesley Botton wrote.
He wrote too. We covered one last week a little bit. Mm-hmm. We'll touch on that as well with Makoko, but we'll just give you guys a little bit of an intro on what he'll be chatting about on Friday as well.
Mm-hmm. And then, so the article is pretty much South African team chasing a bag of medals in Tokyo. And then we're going to play a game, Smitty. I'm going to be testing your knowledge. Is that K and silent, or do I have to pronounce it as well?
I don't know what you got me into this time.
It's called Guess the Age. Ooh, it's going to be a tricky one.
The age.
So I'm going to pull up a few athletes. I'll give you 3 options to choose from. And then you must try to find the right age. I'll give you your points. And we wrap it up like that.
Yeah. Okay, only male ages. I don't want to get in trouble with just female ages wrong. Let's do it. Okay, Thames, let's get digging in.
All right. So first and foremost, let's touch on the first topic, which is who is going for gold. I mean, that is the topic and theme for today. But I think the easiest way for us to do this, before we get into that, should I move on to naming the SA Olympic squad, and then we can break it down from there, just to give a bit of perspective.
Yeah, do that. I think that's pretty cool.
All right. So I think Pennells will put it up on the screen. and then we can have a look through it. So here it is, very simple. We've got in athletics. Here we are. So the first name we have got is Akani Simbini. Everybody knows that well. We'll touch on everybody as well, but let's just name it. We've got Clarence Munyai. We've got Antonio Alcana, Chaswell Johnson,
Rashwell Samai,
Rocco van Rooyen,
Jason van Rooyen. Are they brothers?
No, not at all.
Family.
Maybe. Blood somewhere. Stephen Mukoka,
Desmond Makobu,
Elroy Galant,
Wayne Sneeman,
Kyle Blighnout,
Mark Mandel,
Wade van
Niekerk,
Van Niekerk,
Gift Leotlela,
Sean Maswanganyi, Patuchezo,
Hey, Anaso Jobodwana,
Capello Pora. Is it Pora or is it Fora?
Sokwakana Sokizanini.
Lebogang Shange, the Daywalker is back.
Hey, you got one more you need to pronounce.
Khaleletsang Ramorwa.
Ramorwa, we'll get a nickname for him as well.
I've got you.
Cedric van Wyk, Pieter
Conradi,
Ranti Dikale,
Yebo, Oscar Mavundla,
Derek Mokalenga, hey, the USA-based athlete.
Zagiti Nene,
Lith Pillay.
Precious Mashele.
Oh, Precious, I'm glad.
And then we've got the women. We've got Venda Nell.
Let's see there, Dominic Scott.
We also got Gerda Steyn,
Erwin van Zyl,
Joanne Van Dyke.
She's a javelin thrower.
Yeah,
she's been
massive through a 61
So congrats
meter.
to all of you, each and every one of you, for making that. That's amazing.
Come on, I mean, you're Olympian. Let's read some of the coaches and management as well. I think they deserve a shout out as well. We've got the likes.
Yeah, Potch-based John Verster.
Potch-based or Gauteng-based now, Ezekiel Sipeng.
Yeah, Paul Goris.
Irma Reineke.
Hendrik Ramala.
Pierre Blighnout.
And Jennifer Kingwell.
Can we get a round of applause for them as well?
Yeah.
All right, so that's that is the team. So it's 41 strong South Africans. So now that I've given you the names, you've seen them. You've got a better understanding of who is in the team. Now we come back to the first question, which is who is going for gold? Who is going for gold? You want to start, Smitty?
Yeah, I think if we have a look at the article that, and I'm going to reference this a couple of times, that Wesley wrote earlier this week, so actually it was published yesterday. Mm-hmm. He identified a couple of guys, but I think there's anyone can take it from Rashwell Samai. The long jump. If he hits form, it's literally one jump away. Wade van Niekerk, I believe in him. The 4x100 meter team, and we'll touch on that a little bit, and definitely Akani Simbini. And we saw, which was a fairly cool race, was Akani broke the African record, right? 984 second quickest time this year. And you guys can comment on this as well. I'm watching the comments. I'm waiting for some insights from the crowds too, or the viewers. And then he ran at the Diamond League, and you could see this guy was ready to race.
Yeah.
So he was immediately, when there was a little twitch, he was almost out of the blocks, and that caused hesitation and kind of fumbled a little bit. But he ended up second in that race. But I think that was the best preparation that he could have had for Olympics, because now he's ready for whatever can happen in the Olympic final. So he knows how to reset his mind, just to calm the nerves down, because that is a nerve-wracking race. You have no space for error.
I was nervous. I was nervous just watching. I was I was like, hey, pull me out of this watching. It's tough. But I mean, 100 meter. I mean, it's a race of 100% execution. There's no room for mistakes. And you could see everybody was a bit shaken up by that false start. And I mean, that's the beauty of it. End of the day, that's why when you get to an Olympic final, who can you cross out? Nobody. You cannot cross out anybody.
Yeah, and Gift as well. With Gift's 994, he will be a medal contender once in the final. Anything can happen in the final. But it's a consistency of being able to run a sub-10s at any point in time to make that final. And I'm talking about that too. Wesley touched on the 400 meters. And Wade van Niekerk said if he gets in the final, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Can he consistently put up a great 400-meter performance to get through the rounds? I believe he can.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how the first rounds go. I think the knockout stages before the final, that's pretty much going to be like a final because there is a couple of very quick guys there as well. So you can end up with anyone in your race. But once in the final, I believe he can take it. He looked very comfortable on the 44.85 as well as running in. He didn't run Budapest. He ran just before that. Am I right?
Yeah, he ran
where he won in the rainy conditions.
The 10-11.
Yeah, he went out super strong. 44.8. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about Khan. I'm talking about Wade.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, your bad. Anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, absolutely, like I totally agree. But I mean, I would also like like you mentioned the potentials, Rachel Somai. I mean, somebody like Gerda Steyn. I don't know. I just something in my blood just says, especially because she's going into that race with her Vet van Zyl, both of them in phenomenal form for South Africa, especially in the marathon. I think, man, there might be a surprise. Gerda's going for the win.
She should.
I saw in an article, man, she's going for gold. And why not? Why not?
Yeah, look, if you're in a Olympic race, well, given I haven't been there, but I can just think what my mindset would be, is if you're in an Olympic final, you've prepared for this, and then especially a marathon is a final setup, so go for it. Give it your best. Every position that you better ranked in the world or better placed in an Olympic. So if you want to go for gold, go for it. I believe she can. In phenomenal form. So rock and roll, do it. Don't hold anything back. No one's got anything to lose unless you got crazy expectations. So I would definitely, if I was her, go for that. The same with Makolka. So the same with Mashele too. I know Mashele ran the 15-11, 13-11, qualified for it after running how many races alone? So does that precious legs have some sub-13s in them?
If so,
yeah. If so, there's definitely a possibility for a good race there. No, not necessarily a medal contender, but there's nothing keeping him from just putting it all on the track for the day. Yeah,
and then I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm naive or just a bit of an optimist, but I mean, I personally believe there's a medal opportunity in the 4x4 as well. I think there's a possibility. I don't know. I know there's a lot of strong teams.
After the World Relays earlier this year, I was thinking the same. Okay, there's a possibility for the medal. They've got to make the final first. All right.
Which they've done so in two major competitions back to back. So they've never struggled to be in the final. That's why I'm saying.
I'm just wondering what's up with the team selection. That's the only thing. I can see who they selected, who they're going to race. I've got like question over maybe one of them. Maybe, one athlete. I don't know about you. There might be some injuries that I don't know about.
Yeah, I think there's the tricky thing. Obviously, there's a big team that was taken for the 4x4, but we know it's. I mean, the guys that are in there at the moment. If we can just go through them, I mean, we're not sure about Van Niekerk.
Yeah, I think Van Niekerk would rather go for the 4x100 than the 4x4.
But it's open.
It doesn't look like he's going for the 200. Is he selected for the 200? I don't believe so.
I think he's focusing on the...
Yeah, the 4. Go get your medal, go defend it. He can. With that mindset. Man, don't write this guy off. Like, look when he came on the scene in 2014. He was the first guy in 15 years that went sub 45. I think Arno Malabra was before that. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I know. Well, let's say I'm borderline correct.
Him and Hendrik Mukhanyeti.
Him and that's right. I'm right. Hendrik was a pretty beast of a racer. So he went there. I know Alje van Sale, he was quick as well. I just don't know if he bagged the 44.
He did 44.87
44.87
or 8.4. Yeah,
8.4. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of guys, but Wade broke the SA record. Arno Malherbe had that. Am I right?
He shared it with Mokhanyetsi. That's correct.
Yeah, sorry, my mind's just dabbling. I didn't prepare exactly to have this conversation. But in 2014, Wade ran that 44 when he came onto the scene. Yeah, and he was on his knees after the race. Now he ran a 44.58 coming back from this injury. He's much more focused. He knows what he's got. Like that 0.52, like getting under sub 44. I think he can do it. He's had a lot of time to prepare for it as well. His body is quick. It can go quick. So with the 10:10 that he ran in Bloemfontein and the 100, so he's got the leg speed for it. He's fitter now as well, in better condition. Wind assisted 2011 in the 200 meters, and he won the SA champs in the 200.
Yeah.
And he came over the line with a 20.3, saying, "Okay, listen, I'm holding up a little bit." So
definitely, I totally agree with you. And then just to name the other guys, Thapelo Pora, he's back in the 4x4 team. I mean, he's a fantastic runner. I think he's one of the 4x4 athletes that they probably missed in the previous one, but he's back. Derek Mukaleng, he's got the experience, based in the United States of America. He's used to tough competition.
You don't see a lot of that kid racing as well. So it's probably a new name to most, but he's quick. He's been blistering in America. I think it's 45. What's about 45?
This year.
Yeah,
he's got a 45.0.
Yeah, so that's pretty quick, and he's got a couple of very quick indoor runs as well.
Yeah, and then we've got Ranti Dikhale. He's phenomenal. He's ran 45.8 recently at Tux. So he's in good shape. He's trustworthy. In the relay team, they can always depend on him. We've also got Zagiti Nene 45.03.
Yeah, that's the quickest after Wade. I thought this Zakiti was going to go 44. But yeah, pretty early in the season.
Yeah,
and he's run a couple of races now in Europe. I think 46 being the quickest, but he's been racing a lot this year, so preparing for Olympics. So I hope the trim. I almost want to say the trim or the cutting period now before the Olympics, where the guys really get into peak shape and start focusing, really gets him close to that 44 seconds again.
Yeah, absolutely. And then youngster Lyth Pillay is also in the mix.
It's great to see him there. I'm glad they selected him to go as well. And that age wasn't a factor in that selection. That it's based on pure performance. Yeah. And he's a solid racer. So exposing him to that, he knows what it's going to be like. Olympics is a massive thing. He will also be able to measure himself against within the 4x400 against some of the best 400-meter runners in the world, and that's for open, for seniors. So he would know going into the more mature stages of his career exactly what is required of him, and perhaps take a training seriously. Not that he doesn't, but I mean, just take that little step up, fine-tuning the stuff that he doesn't get to right now.
Absolutely. And then we've got Oscar Mavundla. He's also run a few 45s this year. He's had a breakthrough season. Obviously, also ran at the World Athletics relays, where I think there was a lot of tired legs at those championships, and they had to. He was one of the athletes that ran in the final leg. Obviously, experience lacking.
I remember he ran a good race qualifying.
Yeah.
And then came to the final, and I do know, but that's exactly where, like a guy like Ranti as well. That's where the maturity comes in, knowing the conditions. The final's a little bit different than the heat. Some of the guys hold back a bit.
Yeah.
Right? But what I admire of him is he went.
he went.
Like, okay, listen, we're in medal contention here. I want to win it. It's not that I don't want to end up in the medals. I want to win it.
Man,
and
it's gutsy.
Yeah, he went out very gutsy, but he learned a lesson there.
He learned. You gotta learn.
And not that he had to learn a lesson, but like I wish everyone fought like that and then just can bring it back home. But yeah, so he burned his legs a little bit, but he learned from that, and I bet you he'll run it a little bit different.
And then, final addition to the team, we've got Peter Conradi. He's in the team as well. The man from Pika.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts?
It's a tough one, but I assume that they're looking at the number of athletes that might be running individual races as well. He is at the moment on form, the slowest in the team.
So how many people have they selected for the 4x4? So you got 3 that's competing. You got Sakiti, Wade van Niekerk, and Pora is competing. Then you got Ranti Dikale. All right. Then you got Derek Mokaleng. That's 5. Oscar Mavundla.
Yes.
6. Peter Conradi 7.
Yeah. So that's 7 400-meter athletes. So that's why I'm saying I assume the decision behind that is that the guys are running the rounds and it's gonna clash. So they'll need more fresh legs.
No, I don't think it would clash at all. So some guys will go the 3 rounds. Okay, there's a lot of things that can happen. Let's agree to that. But so you got 3 rounds, and that's the final included in the 400, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right. So that's a lot of racing.
Yep.
And then you got the 4x400 prelims, and then the final as well. Am I correct? Okay, cool. So that's 400 meters. Yeah, that might be too much for everyone to handle.
Yep.
Okay, given if most of them ran 2. But will they qualify with Peter Conradi? Say, for instance, Wade's in the final, they want to rest him. I don't think Wade's going to run the 4x400. I think Wade's going to the 4x100. So let's take Wade out. There's six left.
Your question is, who do they let run the heats?
Yeah. No, who do they race?
In the final?
No, in the heats.
It's a tight one. Derek Mokaleng.
Okay, cool. You got Derek. I agree with that. But I agree Derek is one of the guys that should be running the final. Okay, you got Derek, Zakiti Nene.
Pile.
Live Pile. And?
On form, I would add Ranti Dechale.
Ranti. Okay, then on the fringe you got Oscar.
And Peter.
So, okay, two reserves, but Wade can be the third one. All right. I don't know why they selected Peter. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on that.
Well, but anyways, it's Team SA. We support the athletes, and I mean, I know Peter has been running the relays for numerous years, so he's got the experience. So I'm sure the backing on the experience that he's had, and using that, to secure the team to the final. I think that is probably one of the most important things they wanna accomplish.
What's his fastest this year?
Fastest 46.10 is what I've got.
46.10. He's the 10th fastest South African this year, and he makes a team of 7. Okay, let's say there's injuries here and there of guys that probably can't run, or guys that ran one and not being quite consistent. Yeah, it's one of it's the Olympics. People work hard for it. I know he has as well. I would have chosen on form people and people that's performed and give them the opportunity. Yeah, but perhaps there was something, a niggle or something that we really don't know about, that he's recovering from, and that he's been running with, that will be right for the Olympics. Yeah, but I would have probably gone with one of the other guys, or the other 3 that was on the fringe.
Yeah, so that's the 4x100 meter. I see some people.
No, that's a 4x4.
4x4, sorry. I'm busy reading here. I see Noma Shingila Nduduzo is just waving to say, hey guys, I'm here, I'm watching what is happening. Welcome to you, as well as
Tebogo
Radebe. Who else you got on your side there? Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in. If you're joining in,
Mafela You're saying Themba's butchering these names.
No ways. There's no ways.
No, he's literally saying it.
He says I'm butchering these names. Aye, man. Yeah, so welcome, guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, some exciting names as well in the teams. I mean, some of the names that I don't think most of us would have expected, likes of Halaletsang, Ramorwa, getting an opportunity to be an Olympian. I mean, who knows what an opportunity to be at the Olympics does to your mindset, your belief, you know what I mean? Who knows? It can unlock something within you that, takes you to the next level. What I like about the marathon team for men as well, I mean, you've got the likes of Stefan Mukoka, Steve Ovo, Tsipi. We've got Desmond Mokobu, who is training under Coach Hendrik Ramala. Coach Ramala also has Desmond Mokobu, and he's got Precious Mashele. Their training partner is also going to Olympics. And then Elro Khaland. That's a strong team of 3 South Africans. And if these guys work together, they've got such good experience. They've got such good knowledge of running a big competition. I mean, Elro Khaland is the SA 5,000 meter record holder. Hey. And he went to the Olympic Games for the 5,000 in 2016. So,
yeah, and he ran a sub 13.
No, 13:11 if I'm not... No, wait. 13:0.
Yeah, 13:0.
Wait,
I want to say it's a sub.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
Alroy is a legend. I know it was the SA record at that stage. Yeah, and he did a bunch of these runs, some in the 3,000 as well. That he was fairly quick in.
Yeah.
So you need to bring up that fact so we can discuss it.
I'm going to pull it up
But
quickly.
I think he transitioned to the road at the right time.
Yeah, so Elroy Khaland does have the national record in the 5,000. 13:04.88. So
Michelle can break that then.
Oh, it's possible if Mashele gets into the right race. I mean, the beautiful thing about this is, I mean, even after Mashele...
Thanks, Henry. 13:05. Close enough.
Yeah, not sub 13, but...
yeah, not sub 13, not quite.
Not
For some
quite.
reason I thought he did, but okay, doesn't matter.
So this is a record that Mashele can definitely... It's possible. But I mean, what I was trying to get at is that the way Elroy Khaland was excited when Mashele also... And it just shows... The middle and long distance guys, man, they work together. It's like there's a camaraderie. Have you seen? It's different. Sprinters compared to middle distance athletes, it's a different type of energy because I don't know. I think it's because the training in middle distance is so hard, and long distance it just humbles you. You remember some of the sessions you had, Smitty, in the 800. What was your favorite?
Yeah, I remember them and then I forget them because you faint afterwards. No, I think sprinting. I think up to the 800, it's all challenging your body. Maybe 1500 as well. I found 1500 a little bit more mentally, but the 5000, anything up that it's really just battling with your mind.
Yeah,
it's keeping that rhythm. You can be coached. How good? If you're not mentally strong, you're not going to be a good distance runner.
That is true. And I mean, somebody that I personally, I think already when. Jerry Mutsao, recently broke the 3,000 meter SA record. He's somebody that I believe should be qualifying in the 5,000 meter. I know he loves the 1,500 meter. He likes the shorter stuff, but I don't know. I feel like the 5,000 is right in his alley. He's got the speed. He's been running consistent 148. He's got the 1,500 speed as well. Went 3:38 this season, which is the fastest so far, and he's got a 3:36 PB. I think the 5,000 is probably the event where he should have transitioned to, and I think in the next few years he is going to do it. But I think that's a move that it needs to happen. Mjerere, Mjeroro. You know what you need to do. Pump up that volume. I know your coach is going to work on that. I'm pushing you to do it, Jerry. Do it quickly. You should be at the Olympic Games, champ. But yeah, so that's some of the.
Maybe we should have put him in the 4x400.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
No, all jokes aside. Yeah, you can still go. I think he's going to transition upwards. I got a feeling that's going to happen.
No, it will happen.
Into a little bit more distance running.
And then, so that's the team. And then we've got, we've mentioned the coaches as well. And so that's that from that part of the segment. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, that's about it.
Are you happy with the team?
Erwin, record breaker.
Pace setter, record breaker.
Pace setter, record breaker, Olympic medalist. That would be a good transition for this year. So I hope she does well as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Van Sales will have a party and a half.
Yeah, that'll be an Olympic party. It's like after party at the Van Sales. Elio will be ready.
I'm there. Sure LJ will be braaiing. Yeah, he'll be braaiing.
He'll be braaiing definitely. We need to actually get him on the show.
Yeah, that'll be
Yes,
cool.
He's got all kinds of interesting stuff and all kinds of. I know he's also working close with the Olympics as well. We're studying through them. Will actually be good to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, we'll pull him in soon on these days. And Alyssa Conley is also a former athlete. We'll pull her in as well. We need a female touch in here, right?
Yeah,
they say we're too tough. I mean, look at me, Smitty. Probably one of the toughest looking guys.
Oh, you're a male?
And then there's you with a beard, you know what I mean? Two tough guys. We need some women in here, Smitty.
This is just my winter coating.
Okay. Even me, you know, this is my winter coating. You know I'm going to be slick in the summer. But we've got to keep that hair to keep warm.
Okay,
all right.
Are we chatting to Alyssa a little bit later?
I'm going to try to see if we can get her to log in the call.
Okay.
You know,
See what's up.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get her
that'd
in.
Be quite lekker.
Cool. All right, so I want to move on. I want us to play the game.
The game?
I want us to play a game.
Your game or my game?
It's my game. Your game is, I don't know.
You got no game.
I want us to play a game. Okay, the game is simple. Smitty, I'm going to be testing you again like I tested you last time. Don't let me down. Hey. You know what time it is.
Welcome to Backtrack. We proudly host the Backtrack. Hey. Check off savings.
Check off savings.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, so the game is called, it's very simple.
Guess the
is,
age.
Yes, guess the age. So I'm going to name the athlete and you must guess their age. All right, I'll give you 3 different options. Option A, B, or C. You choose from that one. I give you points. Simple.
Yet effective.
A. So we're going to start.
Yeah, let's start.
This is a popular athlete. You should get it right. So this athlete...
All women are 21, eh?
This is... I'm going to do an international one because it's going to be tricky, but it's easy.
Dear. Okay.
So... a legendary athlete. He's known as the world's fastest man.
Usain
Bolt. Right. Guess his age. Option number 1.
Probably 35.
36. Option number 2. 34. Or option number 3. 32. Which one is it?
34.
34. Is that your final answer? I'm giving you one more chance.
Yes.
All right. 34 is correct.
Gotcha.
All right. Next up. Great Britain from Africa, but they've made him one of their own children now. He's bald, both on the head and in character. He's a 5,000 meter, 10,000 meter Olympic champion, gold medalist.
Mo Farah.
Well done. Guess his age. 42 years old. 39 years old, 38 years old.
42.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I'm going to
Lock it in.
I'm going to give you one more chance.
Lock it in.
And the answer is 32. 38, sorry.
38.
38.
Enough.
Okay, moving on to the next one. So you got that one wrong.
40. Give him a reason to retire. He can still run at 38.
Yep. So we've got a youngster, speedster, South African, recently broke the 10-second barrier.
Gift Leotela.
Gift Leotela.
Okay,
Well
cool.
done. I'm just testing. I'm adding some
Yeah,
extra
I'm getting
tests.
half points for that.
Yeah, we'll give you halves.
Mm-hmm.
This year, young man or old man, I don't know. These are your options. 21,
Mm-hmm.
25,
25, lock it in.
23.
25, lock it in.
I will repeat it.
Yeah.
21,
I want to go with 23, but for some reason I think 25.
I will repeat it.
No, 23. Let's go 23.
Is that your final answer?
Well, it's a guess at this point in time, isn't it? Well, gift the hero and all champs.
Carry the 1. Divided by 3.
Honey, why are you giving me clues that I don't listen to?
All right, lock it in. Let's lock it in. I need to go. Let's
23,
go.
man.
23 is correct. Well done, Schmidt line. Let's see who's online and guessing. Are you there? Yeah, I see Henry.
Yeah, that's what I was actually waiting for someone to lock it in.
Oh, that's what you're trying to cheat me. Is that
Good
what you're trying to do?
evening, gents. Near Fredericks. How you doing, bud?
Welcome. All right,
Well,
the next
cool,
one.
man. Yeah.
We've got an athlete,
Mm-hmm.
South African,
Mm-hmm.
female.
Mm-hmm.
She's broken the
21.
SA. She's broken the SA marathon record.
Mm-hmm.
Think carefully. She's broken the SA
Well,
marathon
that's
record.
saying.
Correct.
Okay. You're
Guess
going
her
to get me in
age.
trouble on this one, bud.
Guess her age. And you're going to mess it up. 34,
Mm-hmm.
30,
Mm-hmm.
31.
34.
34.
34.
Is that your final answer?
For some reason, yes. Because you gave everything above 30 and no 21. Otherwise, I would have gone with 21.
Nice save. She's 31.
Ayah.
And then the next one.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of Erwin, man. Erwin's my age.
Yeah. So the next one, she is, now we don't even want to do it. This is Erwin. Okay, let's just do it like that. Her age?
Well, I can tell you she's my age. 87.
Okay, so she is
34.
correct.
Yeah.
South Africa's fastest 300-meter female runner. South Africa's fastest 600-meter female runner. South Africa's fastest 400-meter. Okay. 28, 30, 34.
28.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
30 is the correct.
Oh, man.
And the final one.
See, there we got 28. Henry is closer to me. So
Hey, Henry was in there. Almost.
very close.
Final one. I think at least he got Caster Semenya's one. I see the final one. She's based in America, South African distance runner. She breaks a lot of indoor records.
Dominic Scott.
That's correct.
This is hard, man.
27, 29,
Mm.
30.
Is she married with kids yet?
No kids.
27.
Is that your final answer?
Man, why do I want to go with 30 again? Let's go with 29.
Correct.
Hey! I was right in the middle. Thank
Well
you.
done, Schmitty line.
Well, what was my score?
So your final score was...
I think I only got 5.
Yeah, 5.
5 out of 10.
Not bad. We'll take it.
50% gets me through school.
All right.
Cool, man. What's up next?
All right. So that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. For those of you who are watching, it's challenging. It's easy because, like, you know the people, but I mean, you never think you need to know their age, right? Like, why? Who's worried about their age?
I'm not going to say the name, but there's a comment on YouTube say tech. So it's probably one of them watching.
and my answer is always tech or savings.
Tech or savings.
That's
I probably overguessed somebody.
Somebody's not happy with that comment, huh?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is probably I wanna add this one in the segment. Well, it is. This is memento of the week. This is cool. I mean, we've got our Backtrack Athlete of the Week. That is something that is separate. So I'm gonna open this one up a bit. I'm gonna allow people to choose the moment of the week. So obviously last week was
Akani Sambine.
was a big week for South Africa. I'm gonna just go through some of the performances. That'll be cool.
And I'm gonna time you.
Please don't give me 9.8 per
I'm
second.
gonna time you in 9.56. That's what we want at the Olympics. Okay, rock and roll.
All right.
Starting now.
So in these performances, we've got the likes of Gift Lotlela. He ran a
Done, time up.
come on, man.
That was 9.56. I told you.
I'm not gonna get anywhere with that. But okay, here's some of the cool performances we had last week, right? We had Kyle Bluchnote. He threw a strong. By last week, I mean from 5 to 11 July. 20.94. That's his longest throw in Europe. So that's good for him. Gift Lotlela, he's been winning races. He's in the mix as well. He ran a 10.14. All the races is running have wind. Like there's some crazy wind. Even the most recent one, where he ran against Vico. Vico recently ran against Akani. He finished third in there on. Mike Rogers from America won it. And minus 2.5 wind, in that race. So crazy.
Wow, yeah.
Lyth Pillay, back to running sub 46. He ran at 45.90. Are you like damn apples? So that's good for him, going towards the Olympics and the relays. He's back in sub 46 shape. That's very good. And then, of course, Tsonga men with power.
Yeah, boy!
The one and only King of Africa. Africa's fastest man, Akani Simbini. So he ran a 9.84 SA, an African record. Fastest we've ever. I mean, this record has been around for so long. It belonged to, I think, Fasuba from Nigeria. He had that on for a while at 9.85. So Akani just a little nibble.
Yeah, that was something that he wanted to achieve.
Man, this is like one of his.
I want that Africa record. I want to take it down. Boom, and he did it.
Just
Lovely.
like that. And then
Congrats to him for that.
Yeah, and then he followed that up with a 9.98 at the Diamond League, finishing second in that one. So yeah, that's an amazing,
And
So
I agree with Wesley Baton in that article, handing Baker a bag of carrots.
I say carrots is good for your eyes.
Yeah, it is. That was a difficult race, man. That was tough, but he'll learn from it. He's a smart guy.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think those are just some of the moments or some of the achievements that rocked South Africa. And I mean, these posts, if we look at our social media platform, just these posts over here, they've probably reached close to 200,000. No, I lie. They've reached close to almost 800,000 in reach. That is crazy. Damn! We don't make up numbers.
No way.
This platform that we are currently managing, Smitty, is quite hectic. This is, I'm talking about 5 or so posts, but they've reached close to 1 million in total reach.
Amazing.
Totally. And
Amazing.
that's what it's all about.
Amazing about this.
It's just about, when we started this, by athletes, for athletes, it was just about giving the athletes an opportunity to shine.
I believe I can fly.
And man, it's so good to see that that's what we've built, and the athletes are always, and people who are supporting, the supporters, people who come onto the page on a week by week basis to see where who is performing where, whatever country they are. We try to find it. We don't always get everything. It's hard. Sometimes it's like research, having to see, did these people run? Where was it, and so on. But we try to get as much of those results as possible.
Yeah, I think we spend, especially in Backtrack, trying to report the stuff and keeping people updated and giving the guys the exposure and really keeping the communities connected. We probably spend more time on researching for results on athletes and contacting them and asking and really staying on top of that we do is getting the stuff that's quite newsworthy.
Yeah.
Getting the facts. Like that's why my mind on a daily basis is cluttered with the results. You move from one guy, and a guy would run a 10-17. What's that youngster? The 17-year-old.
Oh, Benji Richardson.
That would have been a good addition to
the 4x1.
To the 4x1. Man.
And you follow that up with a 10-2-0. The young boy is hungry.
just a little bit too late. It was after the cutoff, wasn't it? It was. The 29th was the cutoff. So it was a bit too late to make the.
Let me see when he ran those times. Let me see.
If his athlete of the week is probably this week, but that would have been a crazy cool opportunity to send a 17-year-old to the Olympics on merit.
He ran it week 29, which was 21 to 27 June. The young boy, Paul Horace's boy. He's fast.
Sometimes I just wonder, man.
I see on Facebook here.
I literally wonder. It's like there's got to be something that I'm really not in touch with, and I know you as well. The kid ran that fast. Okay, did he medal? Where did he end at nationals? Did he run senior nationals?
Yeah, he ran the 200 at senior nationals. He finished second behind Wade Van Niekerk.
Okay. I would love to be a fly on the wall in this selection committees. It's like
why a fly?
I don't want to be noticed being in there. I don't want to be a part of it.
You don't want to be the elephant in the room.
I just want to know the dynamics of it. It's
complicated.
Okay, cool. Let's select a team on merit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A kid ran a 10-17, followed that up by 10-20 within the qualification period. By the way, that's one of the faster times that the guys have posted. Clarence Munoz, 10-23, something like that. The guy that's got selected was also 10-20. Given a 17-year-old the opportunity to go to the Olympics on merit is actually making a step into the right direction. Sometimes, when I say sometimes, it actually is. It shows that your performances are noticed, and you're getting rewarded on that. Will you grow up too quick? I don't know. Or is it too much too soon? I don't know. But at the same stage, you don't know what happens in the next 4 years or 3 years of his life. There's a major thing that all athletes are familiar with. It's called injury.
Yes.
So select the form athletes. But anyway, so I think it's all done. The 4x100s are cool. Let's see what we do. We can win the gold. Wade, Gift, Akani Sambine, Sean, and Clarence is also there. And also Joe Botswana, big ups to him. Massive fan of that out too.
Third Olympic.
Yeah, it's his third of Olympics. So he qualified for it. He's going in the 200. Don't know what the form did he end up with, but I think he can change a lot within a month. He still ended up 6th at the Avanti, 200 meters, which was a difficult race in those conditions. But it's good to see that he's going though, because he qualified.
Yep.
Anyway, okay, carry on.
So that's the squad. I mean, I think you were just chatting about the youngster Benjamin Richardson. I had him on Backchat as well. Interesting young fella. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Looking to, he's got World Junior Championships coming up. That's going to be exciting. It's in Kenya, Nairobi. And last time the South Africans, the under-18 team and the junior, it was the under-18 team. Last time they went, they caused havoc in Kenya, bringing back medals. Ritsiditse, Mlenga, Tsinolo, Limao in the 100 and the 200 meters.
Youth games.
And that's where the likes of Zene van der Walt.
Man, I would have loved to see qualified as well.
That's where.
And Thailand built.
Yeah, I think Thailand is a bit older.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be lucky if all three of them qualify, or both of them qualify too.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's something that is they're knocking on the door. Absolutely. I mean, Zane had a lot of challenges. I don't think many people know injuries that slowed her down, because I mean, the caliber of athlete she's one that should be going to Olympics based on form and projection. But you know, like you mentioned, that thing called injuries, it can stop any first
It's a reality.
It's
a reality. Everyone faces injuries. Everyone. Wade, I think, has received the most freak injury of them all. Right? But it's how you treat your body. I mean, you learn over time. When I say treat your body, is know in your body, know when to push, and if you're injured, how quickly you go into recovery from that, and rehab and all that type of stuff. I think in general, female athletes, they hit a peak, then a plateau, around between ages, call it 19 and maybe 24, 25, and then you see a lot of them picking up and pushing through again. What about our hurdler? I almost want to say Rikenet.
No, Rikenet also a lot of injuries. She also caught Breezy, aka COVID.
Man, that's a nasty thing.
Yeah, so she said she tried to push through it, and it was not a good idea. It pushed her back. She had to rest 3 weeks. After that, came to essays, had to pull out because of, it was not safe. But she came back. She's in form again. Unfortunately, after the cutoff and so on. So I mean, that's the reality of athletics, and you have to just take that. I mean, we spoke to the American Christian Taylor. He wins at every championship. I mean, he's got 2 Olympic gold medals. He's probably going for a 3rd one. He snapped his Achilles. Favorite for a medal. And that's it.
Yeah, man, reward the people in form.
So if when you in
that's
form,
what I feel. Reward them. Unless that kid's injured, but I doubt it.
I agree. So here's
Dad, we agreeing tonight.
with some things, not everything, but some.
Yeah.
But usually we agree. This is an interesting one, and I mean, unfortunately, Olympics is going to be taking a lot of our attention. So I'm going to squeeze this one in as the last topic we chat about this evening. It's based on the nil rights, NIL. I know not many South Africans understand it.
The nil rights. Open doors.
Yeah.
Open doors. Shout out to Audi Kanelik.
That is
Lake Lawrence.
That is something that
Huskers.
is super, super important. I mean, the Americans, some are happy. Some Americans don't even know what it means. You want to break it down, obviously, the acronym and all that, and let the people just briefly.
Yeah, name, image, and likeliness. So there's a massive move in America, and I think we can apply this to South Africa as well, where vehicles of exposure is actually through athletes. So they've been working on this for a very long time, open doors, but they've identified that 3 or 4 athletes collectively give you more exposure and more traction, more interaction, more engagement as a corporate through endorsements on their social media platforms than some of the newspaper and media platforms.
Wow.
Because they really captivate a specific audience that's got an interest and a liking in them. So they went on to explore this in the NCAAs, and then got a breakthrough in $1 billion industry.
Sheesh.
In sports endorsement, where they've opened up the possibility for student athletes in America that's considered amateur and never really made any source of income on their careers to start earning on their name, image, and likeliness on their social media platforms, because they build those viewers and that whole platform themselves with their own creativity. So you see Sean Mashwanganyi, I was waiting for you to correct me.
I always correct you.
I'll get to it. My mind's racing. He's putting out pretty awesome blogs. Just some of them an hour of just a bunch of throw together content with there's no real structure to it besides it tells a story in timeline format. You're getting 7,000 or 8,000 likes on it.
Yeah.
7,000 or 8,000 subscribers on it.
Yeah.
All right, that's quite a cool audience right there. But then over 100,000 views on some of it. And that's just on YouTube. That's not even considering the rest. So there's definitely, and I know we've also been saying it for a while, an opportunity for a platform like that in South Africa too. You've seen a couple of movies where big people will. I'm saying movies because you notice it a little bit more, but especially around the Super Bowl, whoever the MVP is, if you win the match, say you're going to Kentucky Fried Chicken to go eat a meal afterwards. Usain Bolt, you've seen him talk about the chicken McNuggets that he ate, and then everybody jumped on that bandwagon. So this is it's similar. However, the endorsements are a lot cleaner. So I know we're going to look into how we're going to roll something out, and hopefully this would be then with open doors. But that's name, image, and likeliness, guys. Build your audience, build your own platforms, and be super cautious on what you post and what your brand identity is.
Absolutely, man. Build your brand. Activate your brand. I think that's something that is so important. I mean, that somebody like Dominic Scott has done it so phenomenally well. Build a brand around herself. She's got a big following. Crazy. You're like, what? But that's your interaction, and you get a lot of very powerful, very fast athletes in South Africa that have got so much content, but they're not activating themselves, and
no, they're not.
You lose a lot of I don't want to call it likability, but that's what it is end of the day, because brands want to be associated with likable people. So do that, guys. We gotta work on it.
If you have a look at the brand strategies these days as well, so they'll decide exactly where their target audience is, what their target audience look like, and then they'll identify key influences in that let's just say description, and then they'll activate this through the people. It's a very interesting. The times are changing. You can literally be a news station, a media platform, a endorsement platform, whatever, out of your own personal image.
That is correct. And ladies and gentlemen, with that
with that
point,
we're
gonna wrap it up. I see a young lady by the name of Lariska Schmidt is saying she's loving those sound effects that are rocking. We need to do more.
No.
We need to do more of those. So guys, we just want to thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for being part of this chat. We've got to keep these conversations going. It's important for South Africa. It's important for some of the viewers who are watching from Africa. And if you are somewhere else in the world, man, it's happening in South Africa.
Yeah,
it's happening.
So, if you're not familiar with our page yet, like, subscribe, visit, comment, engage, reach out, whatever you like.
Everything.
Just
do it.
Even send some suggestions. We're doing this for the athletes. We buy athletes for athletes. So we'll definitely see you on Friday.
Oh, we're back again on Friday? We're back again on Friday?
At 6, Wesley Baton is on. Oh. And hopefully we add Alyssa Connolly to that conversation too. The Backtrack lady.
We will.
Madima.
Yeah, she's been doing well.
Boom.
I mean, that's it. Like I said, we need a bit of that feminine touch in there, just a little.
Yeah.
Sprinkle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining in. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back again on Friday. So have a good evening from me, THemba Madima, a.k.a. Diary of a Vendor, #Nda. And with me is...
Erwin Schmidt.
Your personal guide.
Take care, guys. Have a good one. And we'll see you guys soon. Boom. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Take us out, Quintin.
Let's go.